A cycle is a sequence of events that repeats itself again and again. A life cycle includes all the stages a living thing goes through from birth to adult. I'm going to show you a picture of 5 different cycles that we have already learned about. When I ask you to name the cycle, I want you to blow it into your hand and hold it until I say let it go. You ready to play? All right, let's take a look at this image. What cycle of nature does this picture show? Blow it into your hand. Let it go. Cycle of the seasons. What cycle of nature does this diagram show? Blow it into your hand. Let it go. Plant life cycle. How are you doing so far? What cycle of nature does this diagram show? Blow it into your hand. Let it go. Tree life cycle. Good work. Let's see if I can fool you on this one. What cycle of nature does this diagram show? Blow it into your hand. Let it go. Chicken life cycle. And finally, what cycle of nature does this diagram show? Blow it into your hand. Let it go. Frog life cycle. You have learned about 5 cycles of nature. You have learned about the seasonal cycle, the life cycle of a flowering plant, the life cycle of a tree, the life cycle of a chicken, and the life cycle of a frog. Today you will learn about the life cycle of a butterfly. Similar to the life cycle of a frog, a butterfly's life cycle also includes a stage called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is the process in which a living thing changes or transforms from one shape to another. This means that it changes its entire appearance. Let's hear more about the extraordinary life cycle of these beautiful creatures called butterflies. Did you know there are about 25,000 different kinds of butterflies in the world? Butterflies vary in size from about 1/8 of an inch to almost 12 inches in size. The largest butterfly in the world is named Queen Alexandra birdwing. Its wingspan is 12 inches wide. It lives in the rainforests of Papua New Guinea. The smallest butterfly in the world is the western pygmy blue from Africa. Incredibly, butterflies can only fly when their bodies are warm enough. The butterfly's body temperature must be 85 degrees for them to take air. When they do, the fastest butterflies can fly at about 12 miles per hour. But they cannot move their body at all if their body temperature drops below 55 degrees. Well, now you know some interesting facts about butterflies. It's time to find out more about their life cycle. A butterfly begins its life as an egg that has been produced by its mother. Butterfly eggs can be round or oval. There are even some that are a cylinder in shape, like a can of soup. The shape of the egg often depends on the kind of butterfly that laid it. Female butterflies lay their eggs on the leaves of plants. They do this so that when the young hatch, there is food right there for them to eat. They choose these leaves carefully, selecting only the leaves that their young will eat. Depending on the kind of butterfly, it can take from 6 days to 20 days for the eggs to hatch. Can you guess what hatches out of a butterfly egg? Well, it isn't a butterfly. It is actually a tiny caterpillar, also called a larva. Can you say that word larva with me 3 times? Larva, larva, larva. A caterpillar is a small creature that moves by squeezing its muscles. It squeezes its muscles starting at the back end of its body and moving up to its head. This movement pushes the caterpillar forward. A caterpillar also uses its muscles to eat. The caterpillar's job is to eat as much as it can. A caterpillar eats the egg that sheltered it. Then it begins to eat the leaf on which it was born. The tiny caterpillar keeps on eating, devouring all the leaves around it. Caterpillars don't sleep, so they eat during the day and at night time too. They grow very quickly. Because caterpillars grow so quickly, they outgrow their skin. This means that because their skin does not grow with them the way yours and mine does, they molt or shed their outer skin to reveal new skin underneath. They do this many times until they are full grown. Some caterpillars even eat their own skin after they have molted. A caterpillar is usually full grown, somewhere between 9 days and 20 days. At this stage, the caterpillar will leave its food supply and go in search of a safe place to begin the next stage of its life cycle. Once in this safe place, it attaches itself to a twig or a small branch by making a silk pad on the bottom of the branch or twig. The caterpillar then hooks itself onto this silk pad. The next stage, the caterpillar forms a protective outer casing called a pupa or a chrysalis. The formation of the chrysalis is the final stage of molting, or shedding their outer skin. When it molts for the final time, the skin becomes the outer shell of the chrysalis. Inside the chrysalis, something incredible happens. The caterpillar transforms from one thing into something entirely different in the process called metamorphosis. Think about what a caterpillar looks like when it is fully grown just before metamorphosis. It is small and round. When it emerges from its chrysalis, it no longer looks like a caterpillar, but a delicate, beautiful butterfly with colored wings. The caterpillar's body has changed completely. Sometimes it is impossible to tell when the butterfly is fully formed and ready to emerge because its chrysalis is transparent or see-through. The butterfly does not look anything like that round-bodied creature it used to be. Instead of mouth parts that chew, like the caterpillar, the butterfly now has a straw-like tube that can suck nectar from sweet-tasting flowers. It has antennae. The metamorphosis takes between 10 and 14 days to complete. At first, the butterfly's wings are very delicate. They are quite soft and folded up, not yet ready to carry the butterfly up into the air. It will take several hours for the butterfly to take to the sky. During this time, a fluid is being pumped all around the butterfly's body, especially into the wings. When the butterfly is ready to fly, it's also ready to find a mate. Butterflies use their eyes to find a mate. Male butterflies send out special scents to attract female butterflies. Male butterflies have to fertilize the eggs of the female butterflies. The life cycle begins all over again as female butterflies search for the right place to lay their eggs. Amazingly, female butterflies use their feet to find the very best place to lay their eggs. The butterfly tastes various leaves using her feet to find just the right home for her young. She knows that when her eggs hatch, they will need an instant supply of food. Did you know that butterflies do not live for a very long time? Many butterflies live for just about 1 month. There are even some that just live for a matter of a few days. However, there are a few, such as the monarch butterfly, that can live for almost a year. And in the fall, they migrate thousands of miles to Mexico to warmer weather. During their lifetime, butterflies help to pollinate our flowering plants. Because they are cold-blooded and only like warm weather, we only see butterflies in late spring and early summer. But when we do, they are a beautiful sight to see in our gardens and our parks. Perhaps now that you know all about the life cycle of a butterfly, when you see one next, you will appreciate them even more.